Hello. Welcome to episode 3 of the Black Dagger Brotherhood. This is absolutely not episode 3. This is me watching episode 3. So, I have read all of the books that has come out in the Black Dagger Brotherhood. I've read all of J.R. Ward's books. That's not true. There are some that I have not read, but I've read all the Black Dagger Brotherhood books. And so I am watching this as a huge fan. I started reading her books when book number 2 came out in 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. I stumbled upon it in Walmart with my mother, and I have not looked back ever since. So I read them. I did get behind a couple of years as I was having babies and raising toddlers, and I didn't read them as much. So I went back and reread everything and started the new ones and just kept going. So I have just caught up with Darius. I just read Darius a couple of months ago, and now I am all caught up with all of the Black Dagger Brotherhood books. I am very excited about the new one that's coming out in September, and we're going to get into episode 3. This is all around book number 1. If you've somehow made it here without seeing episodes 1 and 2 of the Black Dagger Brotherhood, definitely watch those first, unless you don't care about spoilers, because that's exactly what I'm doing, is giving spoilers about this. I'm trying not to talk about any books past the first book, but I cannot guarantee that there will not be spoilers for later in the series because people pop up and things pop up, and I'm like, oh, and sometimes I just say it. So, and also, I read all the books so long ago that I don't remember exactly what happened in book 1 or book 2 or book 3. I just know they happened early at the beginning. So, just beware. There's my general beware of what's going on. Also, my general, I live in a new house and my things have not arrived yet. So you guys are on a folding table. I did close the blinds or the curtains behind us so the sun is not shining in, but it's very echoey because literally there's nothing in this house except maybe 6 items. We're all sleeping on cots and we have a folding table with a few chairs. I ordered a new desk chair, which is the only reason why I have a new chair to sit in. Everything else is folding chairs and very uncomfortable. So that's it. I'm going to get started on episode 3. I'm so excited. Still, my favorite character still is Butch. But I love Beth. I love Beth. I love the way she's being portrayed in this. I love it so much. And honestly, I was not super excited for the second season. The second book is my least favorite of the whole thing, but seeing Rage in the last episode and hopefully some more in episodes to come, I am more excited for his story, but he's still my least favorite brother. But here we go with more of Wrath and Beth in episode 3. I still don't know how they make it where I cannot record the screen at all, but I cannot record this screen. I cannot record any clips from the videos at all. And I don't understand why. I don't know what's going on. I've tried it on my main computer, the one that's not here yet, and I tried it on my laptop and it will not record anything from Passionflix. I don't know how they do it, but apparently they do it. If other people are recording it, please tell me how, because I wanted to pop up what was happening up here above me while I talked about it, and I cannot figure out how to do that. So I'm really sorry that you're watching the third episode that has no pop ups, but I can't get it to do that. So I'm just going to have to keep putting pictures of the people up here that I'm talking about. Anyway, 2 minutes into this, we're seeing Wrath's transformation. At least I'm almost positive that that's Wrath, because when he, at the end of the last one, he was telling Beth that his happened when he was alone and he didn't know what to expect. And I remember reading about his transformation. Like, it really stuck with me. I didn't know when it happened, but I knew where he was, about the barn and the hay, and like all that stuff must have been like seared in my brain because I remembered everything about that. Anyway, let's get to it. I wish I could show you. I'm sorry. Okay, so that whole beginning was like Marissa remembering when she came to Wrath during his transition. So, um, but now we're back with the lessers, and y'all, like I said in episode 2, I don't want to have anything to do with the lessers. I don't like them. They're creepy, and anyway, I'm gonna suffer through the lessers segments, but I hate them so much. So we're back to Butch, and he's talking to Jose at the bar. But The fact that the bullets are hollow points with liquid inside them, he said the boys think it's just water, but why would somebody do that? And he said that the guns had just straight 9 millimeters with the serial numbers scratched off. What? I was trying to say the word smudge. Anyway, sorry. Every time Butch says something, I want to tell you all about it, even though literally I'm sure you've seen this. Anyway, I'm obsessed with Butch. I'm sorry.
You made me realize how cold I am.
Also, I just realized we're back to Beth and Wrath talking right now. And I just realized that nobody said anything about the mating bond because there is a scent that comes off of the male vampires when they're mating. And it's triggered usually when they have heightened emotions about anything. So, like when he saw Butch kiss her in the last episode, that should have triggered the mating scent, right? Anyway, maybe it didn't. And it's not a thing that's happened yet with Wrath. So we haven't talked about it, but I don't know. I'm just intrigued. The glasses and not talking about the scent is something I'm going to keep an eye out for. Listen, I'm super impressed that he just managed to take his shirt off very fast without knocking those glasses off. Because every time I try to take my shirt off, my glasses get everywhere. They'll be like crooked on my head like that. His were perfect. Anyway, so, and he's multitasking while he was doing it. Usually it's just me and my shirt, and my glasses get messed up somehow. Anyway, there was a discussion about him using the smoke stuff in the first episode. And in the interview with J.R. Ward, they were talking about how they really wanted to show consent and that she wasn't being drugged to do sexual things. And so I really liked that they were conscious and conscientious of doing that. Another thing that is written into these, to this series is that yes, what he said in episode 2, which he said you don't know it yet but you're mine, meaning like, I mean, it means everything that a paranormal romance vampire means when they say you're mine. But also the thing that I really like that J.R. Ward does with the mated pairs is that yes, she is his. However, she is also the only one that can control him. And I don't mean Beth and Wrath, I mean any mated pair. So, like, you can say, but, and you can even see in here where she has yelled at him to do something and he immediately does it. Like, she almost has absolute control over his body, like, stop, and he'll just stop moving. And so in the second episode, when he's holding Butch up there, she comes around the corner and says, "What's going on?" before or something before she says, "Drop him." And as soon as she says, "Drop him," Wrath lets go. And so, like, without even getting to that part of them being a mated pair, he is still like does whatever she says to do. So it's kind of dual ownership, not like a lot of them where it's like, you're my mate and you're going to be with me no matter what you say. There is a lot of discussions about consent. And even just now, he's like, I don't want to take advantage of you. I need to go. And so I just like that that's in there. The other thing that I thought was funny was in the interview when they were talking about the actors getting ready and putting on the wigs and the contacts and all that, and then they said, "Well, you, J.R. Ward, made vampires that have no body hair, so they all have to come in and get shaved." And I did not even think about that at all. That she, I mean, I thought about it in the books because she mentions that vampires don't have body hair, but I didn't think about that these actors, and to which J.R. Ward said, I didn't expect there to be actors. So I didn't think about the fact that they were going to have to shave their body hair to be my vampires. I thought that was fantastic. So that little thing I think about every time he takes his shirt off, I think somebody had to go shave him so that he did not have body hair. Anyway, really funny, but back to the scene. This time he's still wearing the glasses. He didn't take those off. Everything else is gone though, but no glasses. I wondered how they were going to address this. The number of times in the book that he like thinks about her pulse and wanting to bite her, like they have not addressed that yet at all. Except I've noticed a few times where he's like kissed her there on her neck, and I'm like, And apparently right now they're about to say something about it.
We've always known where you were. First, it's
Oh, I love it that Fritz is taking her home, and he said, "We've always known where you lived." Oh, he's going to tell her about her dad. I love Fritz so much.
St. Francis Hospital and neonatal intensive care. Then you went home with a nurse.
He was so proud of you.
I've always thought, oh my gosh, this is where Beth is hearing about her dad from Fritz. And I've always thought of how incredibly unfair it is that she starts going through her transition and she comes into this vampire world like right as her dad dies. So she never gets to meet him and never gets to see who he was or how much he did love her. And then at the same time, she's also got to deal with the fact that he knew she existed and still left her alone and let her grow up the way she did completely in the foster system. And so, anyway, it's really sad. And Fritz is telling her everything and it's so sweet and at the same time it's just really sad.
He's our king.
The king?
That's why your father sent him to you.
Okay. Wrath taken from Marissa's neck. He is wrong for that. She gave him his arm like they've been doing since 1690. No. This is unacceptable behavior from the king. I think she's about to get to meet Tor. I forgot that Tor comes over to the house. Of course, he's at the back door. They all come to that sliding glass door. Yeah, it's Tor.
Yeah?
You don't introduce yourself as Torment. That sounds awful. I'm a friend
You
of
can call me
Brad.
Tor. I'm here to hang for a while.
I mean, he's walking around the world with 2 daggers strapped to his chest.
Oatmeal raisin. My favorite.
Oh.
Okay, Tor. Nobody's favorite cookie is oatmeal raisin. Seriously. If y'all's favorite cookie is oatmeal raisin, you can let me know below, but I'm judging you for it, just so you know.
I can smell it.
Oh, here we go. She said, "How do you know?" And Tor said, "I can smell it. He marked you." See? See? Told you. Okay, well, we can definitely see the puncture wounds from Wrath eating from Marissa's neck. And I think that because he was so aggressive and so hungry, that's why it left the marks. I'm not sure, but I think that's what pushes Havers over the edge, if I remember correctly. So Marissa's real sad about it, though. Although Marissa, I'm not gonna say, but you're gonna be okay, and it's gonna turn out even better than you could have imagined. That's all I'm gonna say. Marissa. Picturing Marissa here in this first book and picturing her later, she seemed like a completely different person. So I'm excited to see how we see her change through the books as we go along. I wanted to give some information away so badly. Back to Butch.
Love you, honey.
Then buy me a mink and a nice pair of earrings for anniversary.
You got it.
Jose is the best, and I hate that he's not in a ton of books going forward. But I mean, we get to see him occasionally. But I love Jose. Who takes pills by drinking them like Butch just did? Do y'all do that? Do you just get your pill bottle and tip it up and just get the number you need in your mouth and then put it back? Absolutely not.
Investigation. How exciting.
What is wrong with this man? That's not even how humans act. And he was a human his whole life until he became a lesser. And it wasn't that long ago. Why? Who smiles like that? He looks like the Joker. That's so creepy.
I would love to get a dress, Fritz. I would absolutely love to.
Oh my gosh, not Fritz being somebody's best girlfriend, being like, oh my gosh, he's going to call and ask you out on a date. Do you want to go get a dress with me beforehand? So funny. Fritz showing how amazing he is from the very beginning.
Butch.
Butch hasn't been to her apartment all day, even though he knew she was back, and now he's showing up when she's about to go out on a date with Wrath. This is not going to go well because Butch is still trying to arrest him.
Hey, got time to talk?
We got a little bit of a hint about about Butch's background, but we'll learn more about it in his book when Jose said, it's not going to bring your sister back. So we'll learn about why it's so hard for him right now to let her get in that car and go away. Wrath is so cutely nervous before the date. I mean, he needs to tell her about Marissa. He needs to tell her about what's going to happen with her. He needs to tell her about all the questions that she's been typed up. So we'll see. Oh my gosh, he's practicing his smile. And he can't even really see it very well with his glasses, but I mean with his eyes, but he's still practicing.
If you spend half the amount of time defending our race that you do chasing after that female of yours, we might not have lost Darius.
Oh my gosh, Wrath. Wrath just told Tor that he spent too much time chasing after his female and not enough time defending their race, and that's why Darius died. What? Wrath. Wrath is all up in his head about this nonsense.
I'll serve the first course in 30 minutes, shall I?
No.
Fritz. Fritz is so excited. Talking about, I'll serve the first course, shall I? No, Wrath is so mad right now.
Now let's get this over with.
He did not invite her over to dinner for a date, like all dressed up fancy, and then say, let's get this over with. Absolutely not. He needs to get himself under control, which honestly, out of the top 5, Wrath is probably number 3 for me out of the guys. He's somewhere right in the middle. He's definitely not my favorite, but he's also not my least favorite, so I don't know. But anyway, Wrath is meh to me. And I need him to step it up because Beth is amazing and he needs to get himself under control.
I can handle the rejection.
I totally forgot that Wrath went through this whole absolute jerk phase that we're in right now. I forgot about this completely.
Do not tell me what to do.
I love so much that he said, sit down, and she said, do not tell me what to do. Absolutely not.
Sit down and shut up.
I would be like, Fritz, take me home, please, right now. I am done with this dude. Fritz really picking up those full salad plates. Nobody has taken a single bite. Well, she may have had one bite. He just pushed his around, so did she. And then Fritz came right back in and grabbed him. Okay, we're done with salads.
When was the last time you fed?
Last night.
When was the last time you fed? And he said, last night. I do remember reading this, and I remember being so upset for Beth. Oh my gosh. Fritz is literally bringing out these courses for dinner, before they even get a chance to eat. Yes, they're doing a lot of talking, but she took one bite of her soup, maybe a second bite, and Fritz was like, shh, gone. Next up, steak. And Raph's steak was all cut up, and she saw him poking around on the plate. She's figuring it out about the glasses. I think I'm so used to seeing him with the glasses on that he actually looks less like Raph when they take them off, or when she takes them off. Right here. Okay, the peaches thing becomes a running thing through the whole everything is peaches for the king. Okay, the end of number 3. Like I said, I'm becoming a lot more comfortable with the way Raph looks. I think because we see him so often that it just looks normal now. And we didn't get to see a lot of the other brothers in this, just Torment. I don't even know if we saw anybody else, but we saw Butch. So, ching ching. I'm happy about that. We are halfway through with this first season, and I'm really happy that they have already started filming the second season. So, down below, y'all can let me know if there are any other interviews or anything that I may have missed, because I watched a lot that came out right after the first episode, but I haven't really seen anything that's come out since then. I did go back and watch some of the other things, like the reaction stuff that J.R. Ward had to seeing the brothers, which I thought was adorable. And there were even people leaving comments that said, I want J.R. Ward to be my hype man. And then there was another one that said, I have never even heard of this series, but when an author is that excited for the way the characters look, then you know that they've done a good job. And that's what I was thinking about too. Maybe they don't look the way I expected them to look, but the fact that J.R. Ward looked at Wrath and was like, that is exactly what I have been picturing the whole time. That right there is fine. If she thinks that they're perfect, then that's fine. They're perfect. I'll let them be perfect. But I cannot wait to watch the last 3 episodes of season 1. And then we get to move in to book number 2, season 2, which is Rage and Mary. That's not giving anything away. We haven't even met Mary. So I guess that's all then for episode 3. I will be back for episode 4 coming up. Let me know if y'all know how to get the screen on here, because I want you to be able to see. I'm not talking about the whole thing. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I would like to show clips to say, hey, this is what I'm talking about right here. And I can't do that. So that is it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.